Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Star Labs Confidential. For today's guest, we have famous actor Kevin Porter from Bat in the Sun Productions. Welcome to the show, Kevin.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
As we move forward in 2018, let's take a look back into your career at Bat in the Sun Productions, with its feature films, the superpowered beatdowns, and I'm sure more to come.
Well, I've worked with Bat in the Sun for 14, coming up on 15 years, which is crazy. And the stuff that we're doing now is bigger and better than things that we've done previously. It's been a great ride watching us grow as filmmakers and also as a production company. From the latest superpower beatdown with Joker versus Negan to the Valiant series, Ninjak versus Valiant Universe, and beyond into 2018, things are going to get even better.
That latest beatdown was incredible. Like, you really captured the role of Negan.
Oh, thank you. I put my specific spin on it. I was very careful not to do any interpretation of it, and Aaron gave me a lot of freedom to make it my own, and I enjoyed the character. I used a lot of the source material, which is the graphic novel. I'm very familiar with The Walking Dead, of course. I'm familiar with the series, and I did go back and I did rewatch a lot of the introduction to Negan's. And I watched that interpretation, but I was very excited about giving my own spin on it.
Agreed, because I was wondering how you get into mindset for some of these characters, because Negan, Batman, and Deathstroke, we have particular versions of these characters, so how do you try to make your own identity to it?
As far as Batman is like a second skin that I put on. Once I get into that mindset, once I put the cowl on, then it just comes to life, and it's something that I feel very, very comfortable doing. I feel comfortable with the psyche, with the movements. I feel comfortable with the voice, the mannerisms, all of that. The Punisher, pretty much the same, a little more raw. I'm very excited about exploring Deathstroke, and that's something that we're going to be working on within the next couple of months. I like Negan because I was able to really draw upon a lot of my southern roots. I like that he's ruthless. I like that he's slightly charming. He's an interesting character all the way around. So I really enjoyed playing that character. It's not that I don't enjoy Batman. Batman's great, and Batman's nuanced, and Batman's very complicated. But I like having a little more energy. And Batman, his energy is diverted much more towards his fighting and being relatively grim.
Agreed. Ever thought of like maybe playing as the Joker one day, even just as costume-wise, just for laughs?
Who, me?
Yeah.
That's not my wheelhouse. I think the reason why it's perceived that I'm good at what I do is because I only do what I'm good at, and that's it. And so the Joker is absolutely not within my wheelhouse at all. There was one time that I had the opportunity to play the Joker, and this is when I was working for Warner Brothers and DC Comics, making live appearances. And one of our Jokers had fallen out, and there was no backup Joker. I had a backup Batman, so we brought in my backup Batman, and I played the Joker in the show, and it was terrible. I don't mind telling you, I'm embarrassed. I see pictures, and it is not my thing. It really isn't. I know my lane, and I like to stay in it, so to speak.
Okay, it'd just be funny if you played both sides of the coin, but.
You sound disappointed.
No, not disappointed. It was just a curiosity.
Okay, yeah. If I were to play the Joker, you would be disappointed. Trust me. It would expose some weaknesses. I know my core. I know what I can do. I can do it well. If I were to play the Joker, that is in my truest voice, then it would not be a Joker like anything that you're used to. I wouldn't pretend. I wouldn't act. I would be. So my Joker would be very, very grim. My Joker would be very, it would be very serious. I'm a fun guy. I'm very light, but I don't have what it takes to do what Aaron does with his Joker. My Joker would be mine, and it would be different than any Joker. Because if I tried to do something anyone else has done, it would fail miserably. That's why whenever I put the suit on, I would say the closest to any type of interpretation that I would possibly do is a Keaton with a little bit of Conroy thrown in there. I'm myself. I'm my own Negan. I'm my own Batman. Well, Deathstroke really hasn't been done well. I mean, it's been done on air, but I'm not a fan of that. So I guess I would do the same with the Joker, but I will never put myself in that position because that would be rough.
I don't think it'd be too bad. I'm sure it wouldn't be like Jared Leto bad or even Brent Spiner bad.
Well, I appreciate that. Brent Spiner.
Well, he did the voice, really. It was unique compared to others, but he was just trying to copy off Heath Ledger a bit.
Yeah. My favorite interpretation of the Joker, I like Jack Nicholson. To tell you the truth, I'm a big fan of Cesar Romero's. He doesn't get a lot of credit because he was from a show that people really don't give it much attention because it is downplayed because of its camp. But Cesar Romero had no template. He had nothing to go off of. Similar to Michael Keaton. And so he created this character out of thin air. Adam West did as well. But when you look at Cesar Romero's Joker, as if it were by today's standards, I think that he should get a lot more credit. Heath Ledger was fine. I don't think he was the be-all, end-all. Of course, I'm a big fan of Mark Hamill's voice, but it's about much more than the voice. It's about the animation. It's about the characterization. It's about the physicality. It's about moving and not just being in that sound booth. So you have to act, you have to move, you have to animate. And he doesn't have the Joker build. To me, he's got the ultimate Joker voice. So I would put Mark Hamill's voice up there. Mark Hamill himself is a Joker because he's just a voice.
Agreed. Cesar Romero's work, I would say, has been inspirational. If not for him, then we wouldn't have Jack Nicholson's take on the character along with Mark Hamill's. The same I would imagine to be so for Adam West's Batman.
Exactly.
In fact, in the opening sequence of The Dark Knight, we see the Joker wearing a mask similar to one that was worn by Cesar Romero in, I believe, the 5th episode of the series.
Mask that he wore, which was Pagliacci.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of respect that was thrown that way, and I respected that.
So, are you guys making a Deathstroke film, though, or is it going to be like another beatdown?
It's going to be a beatdown, Deathstroke versus Deadpool. It's going to have a lot of people involved. I'm going to be playing Deathstroke without the mask and with the mask. Dirk Ellis is going to be playing Deadpool. It's going to be a lot of fighting. It's just a lot of fighting. A lot of stunt doubles doing all the hard stuff. We've got the greatest stunt fighters in the industry today that work with Bat in the Sun. We've got Sean Paciniano, we've got Alvin Singh, we've got Yoshi, just great fighters. It's incredible.
Nice. So as far as for Deathstroke, did you have to go through any different training workouts or different mentality to get to the role?
Well, I'm training right now for the beatdown. The only time that I've put the Deathstroke suit on was a post-credit sequence with Joker versus Deadpool. If you've seen that, that's at the end of the credits. And that was kind of a teaser for the beatdown was coming. So I really only had the suit on for a couple of hours for that sequence.
Because I gotta say, you have definitely made really good comic accurate interpretations of these characters. Like, you managed to get the look of Deathstroke, of Punisher, and Batman, of course, like with the hair color, because I think you're the only Batman actor that has like legit black hair.
Yeah, I think also Aaron and Sean, they know my strengths, and they're not going to put me in a position to fail. So when they come to me and they say, Kevin, boom, Negan, they know that I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna knock it out of the park. And so they put me in the best possible situation to succeed. And that's what I felt when I'm on set. And I've got the wardrobe on, I've got the facial hair going, and I've got the deep southern jaw going. And I'm like, okay, this is feeling comfortable. It took a long time to come up with that character and to come up with the voice and come up with the cadence. And I'm like, okay, this is working. And then the more we rehearsed, the more he just came out. And it was a character that I just fell in love with. It's just such a good character. People are committed to their favorite interpretation, which is great. And I'm not the television Negan. I'm not the comic book Negan. I'm the Bat in the Sun Negan. I'm Kevin Porter's interpretation. I would never put on the Affleck suit. I would never do that because that's Zack Snyder and Ben Affleck's interpretation of Batman. We at Bat in the Sun have our own interpretation, and it's very identifiable, and each one has their own signature, and I'm blessed to have mine and put my stamp on this character.
It's funny how you and Affleck were in the Daredevil movie together and have both taken the role of Batman at one point or another.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was a great experience working with one Daredevil. I was on set for 3 weeks and was in quite a few scenes with him. Nice guy, good guy.
I bet he is. Also, this year, there's going to be the Ninjak versus the Valiant universe, right?
Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Now, is this going to be a web series or a movie?
Yeah, it's an 8-part web series. I don't think I can tell you where it's going to be, what format it's going to be on, because that's a secret, but it's big. It's going to be really big. But it's Ninjak fighting, all of the iconic Valiant heroes, myself, Exo Man of War, Livewire, Bloodshot, and Eternal Warrior, and Shadow Man. And when you look around, and I'm on set, and I look to my left, and I see Jason David Frank, and I see John Morrison, I see Derek. I see these people that are just the most amazing people in the world, and such good friends, and so talented. And I'm just humbled to be a part of that. And when we all stand together, we're all just tall. We're all just really, really tall. It's such a great experience, and one that that you'll look back on and talk about it like I'm talking about it now.
Very nice. Now, is the whole Valiant universe its own kind of thing, or is it some small part of Marvel or DC?
You're not familiar with Valiant Comics?
No, not really.
Valiant is the third largest publication of comics. You got DC, Marvel, and then Valiant. They've been around since 1994, and circulation is very strong, and they have a lot of credibility in their writing. So the Harvey Awards, which is basically the Oscars for comic books that happen every year, Valiant basically sweeps everything. Just their quality of art, their quality of writing, is top notch. And that's what they're known for. Their circulation is definitely smaller, but they're about to make a splash with this series and also with the feature films that are coming out within the next few years.
So is Ninjak part of the same universe or from a different universe fighting all these guys?
Ninjak is part of the Valiant universe.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure if this was one universe fighting another universe or something.
No, this is basically like the Avengers or the Justice League.
Okay, see, back then I wasn't much of a comic book reader kind of fan, more so with the movies and TV shows. But I looked on various graphic novels, arcs, etc. over time. But that's cool that you guys are doing this.
Yeah, they're kind of popular, and you can look them up. And your viewers, they can go to their local comic book store and pick up the Valiant Comics titles, or just go online and check out the stuff online. I'm sure it's valiantentertainment.com, and the universe is very vast, and the characters are just very, very rich. The backstories are incredible. My character's name is Armstrong, and I'm an immortal, super strong. I've been around for 10,000 years. And just a huge bull of a man, huge and very loud and very big. And I've got this big loud voice, and I speak like this, and that's preposterous, and you've got to be kidding me. And it's just, that was so much fun to do, because I'm loud and always loud and with a big loud laugh and precisely, just that. And so when I was first proposed to Valiant from Bat in the Sun, they're like, okay, well, we'd like to bring in, because we all had to audition. And Aaron and Sean said to Valiant, well, we'd like to bring in Kevin Porter for Armstrong. And they're like, well, Kevin Porter, that's the Batman guy, right? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, no. Armstrong is big, and he's loud, and he's very likable. And they're like, well, you really need to meet Kevin, because Kevin is big and loud and very likable. He's not like Batman at all. And so I had a meeting with him, and it went very well. And then I had an audition, and that went well. Then I had a call back and ended up getting the part. And so the part of Armstrong is one that I'm so honored to be able to portray him for the first time live and put my stamp on it. And so anyone that comes after me will be looking at my interpretation for inspiration.
That's really awesome that you guys are doing the first live-action interpretation of these characters.
Yep, yeah. And you got Chantel Berry, who is playing Roku, who is the lead antagonist. It's the most amazing, sweet, incredible group of people that you can imagine. Couldn't be more proud to be a part of this.
I gotta say, your character kind of reminds me of the guy from Highlander.
Good one, Sean Connery's character.
He also reminds me of a character from the anime Full Metal Alchemist, also named Armstrong. Just like you, he's big, loud, only not afraid to show off his muscles, and have a pronounced mustache.
Well, I've got a full beard, and I'm always ready to drink and fight. And that's a good comparison. I hadn't thought about Sean Connery's character in Highlander. That was a good one. It's one of my favorite movies.
So besides the roles you played for Bat in the Sun, are there any other roles you would like to play in the future?
I enjoy just creating something out of nothing. And so when I receive the text of the black and white version of a character that I'm going to play, I love that because I'm able to breathe life into it. Is there a character out there that I would love to play? Really, all of them. Anything that's offered to me, I'm excited about. As far as with Bat in the Sun, they're doing much more the original IP. They've got another project coming out called Taz Caden, Black Unicorn. And that's with myself, Jason David Frank, John Morrison, again. And that's original characters. And I play a character by the name of Manchester in that, which is kind of like a mercenary. It looks a little bit like the Punisher. So really, there's nothing really I'm looking forward to playing. I will tell you that we're going to be doing one more City of Scars type project with Bat in the Sun, and that's going to be the definitive Batman stamp. That's going to be the gold standard to which everyone looks to when they think of Batman. And Aaron is very excited about showing off on this one. You've seen City of Scars?
Yes, I have.
Okay, good. We're going to pull out all the stops, all the favors. Is something that Aaron's been talking about for the last couple of years. I think we're finally going to do it.
Nice. We get to have a Bat movie out before the Batman comes out or so.
Who knows? They haven't even started production on that.
The reason I asked about the whole other roles is because I was wondering how you feel about being part of the Arrowverse if you ever got the chance. I mean, have you heard of Legends of Tomorrow?
Of course. Oh, if I were on that show, I would be its biggest fan. If I were on Arrow, I would think it's the greatest show in the history of the world. So I'm not saying that I wasn't a big fan of the show. I didn't like the interpretation of Deathstroke in Arrow. I liked Arrow. I liked the first couple of seasons, and then it kind of lost my interest after a while.
Yeah, seasons 3 and 4 were okay. I mean, we had a different look at Ra's al Ghul as the villain, and then having the magic user Damien Dark appear. But season 5 really hit home with the villain Prometheus. This guy is like Joker level kind of bad guy, trying to prove to Oliver that he's a monster deep down. That it's a whole everyone is insane kind of thing. Only Prometheus captures the main hero to break him down psychologically, to get him to admit that he likes killing. And during that scene, they used actual handcuffs, because the guy actually broke the fake ones.
I believe you, and I will. I'll definitely check it out. I think it's on Netflix, I believe, Hero.
It's a crazy ride, especially at the end. Do you care about spoilers?
Yeah, don't tell me. Let me watch. Let me see it.
But I figure with Legends of Tomorrow would be interesting for you to be part of because they bring in all sorts of heroes, both on and under the radar in terms of public attention.
Okay, cool. I'll absolutely check it out. What's your favorite beatdown?
My favorite one? I would have to say be Joker and Harley versus Deadpool and Domino.
Okay. What's your second favorite one?
That's a tough call.
What's your favorite one that I'm in? Let's go there.
Oh yeah, Batman versus Darth Vader.
There you go. All right, good.
I mean, I've seen both endings, and I have no problem with how either of them turn out. I try not to really think about as to how two people from two different universes, how they would duke it out. It just seems a little too complicated for me, as far as for stats.
Well, whoever wins is whoever Aaron says they're going to win. It's voted on by the viewers, and Aaron writes it in. So I like the second one, where Batman wins.
I'm a little in the middle. I mean, maybe 55-45, Batman on the 55. Because, I mean, yeah, Batman is very prepared, but, I mean, this is Batman first meeting Darth Vader. He'd probably be done for.
Well, yeah, he knows what to expect. He's very resourceful. He's Batman.
Plus, Darth Vader has no problem killing, whereas Batman doesn't most of the time. I mean, really, most of the movies have him kill.
Well, it depends on which movie you watch.
I mean, in that movie, he kind of killed a Joker. Man, he attached him to the gargoyle and left him hanging in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Then letting Ra's die in begins. And to me, Batman would never let a villain die unless he knows he's going to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Arkham Asylum video game, when he beats Bane, he has the Batmobile send Bane right into the Arkham River. We do see him in the sequel. Bane says, "You knew it would not kill me." And then Batman said, "I wasn't trying to."
True. So it's really up to the interpretation of the writer.
Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you, Kevin, for being a part of this show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. And if there's anything you need or any questions, please feel free to reach out.
No problem. And if you guys want to check out more Kevin's stuff, take a look at the description down below. And also take a look at Bat in the Sun for more content.
Awesome. I'll see you on your YouTube channel. Same bat time, same bat channel.